Hello, internet. Today I don't want to talk about books at all. I kind of just want to talk. I haven't been producing a lot of videos lately. In 2019, my whole goal is just to relax and not to force myself to do stuff. Otherwise, it's never gonna get done. Like I still being responsible. I'm still taking care of shit. I just don't want to start to hate the hobbies that I have, right? And I don't get paid to review books, so unfortunately I do not get paid to review books. So I still am gonna review, I'm still gonna make videos about books, but today I kind of just want to talk about tropes, specifically one that technically does fall from a book, but I see more commonly in TV shows as well. So if you are familiar with Asian dramas or you're familiar with Korean mangas, Korean specifically, while this is a trope that follows along very common in mangas in general, I do see these really specifically in Korean mangas every single time than I do in, say, Japanese or Chinese mangas. Even though the word is not manga in Korean or in Chinese, but you get the point. You get the point. You know what I'm talking about. But it is very prevalent in all forms of Asian dramas, whether it be Taiwanese, Chinese, Korean. I haven't watched a lot of Japanese TV dramas, but it is prevalent in all Asian dramas and very prevalent specifically in Korean manhwas, I think they're technically called, but Korean mangas. And this is the trope of one person liking another, but being so obsessive about it that they end up just being really horrible people. Now there are two sides to it. Usually this revolves around the character who isn't going to get together with the main character, because there are two main characters, usually a female and a male, and they're going to get together, and then another third or fourth character likes either the male or the female, and this is specifically what I'm talking about. I'm specifically talking about the female side of it, more so than the male side of the whole love shape, because some of these have crazy love shapes. It's not just 3 people, it's 5 people, it's 6 people. There's some crazy love shapes going on in Asian programming, but I want to specifically focus on the female aspect of the female liking the male main character rather than the males liking the female main character. While both can get pretty toxic at times and really horrible, and I'm just like, how are you even a human being? It's specifically the females that I want to talk about most, because they tend to be the most vicious ones. Like, the males can be pretty bad, but the females tend to be the most vicious. So we're gonna set the scene. Most all Asian dramas, and I'm just gonna focus on dramas but include that I'm also talking about Korean manhwas or Korean mangas. I don't know what the word is, I'm so sorry, but Korean mangas is that there's always a main character kun, and there is always a main character chan, and main character kun and main character chan are gonna get together over the course of the show. The whole show is revolving around their romance, right? Because a lot of these shows, at least the ones that I've always seen, tend to have a heavy romance based plot. So all of them tend to focus around a romance, specifically between these two main characters. Now, a lot of times, sometimes they can fall in love right away, sometimes they have a bad beginning but then end up falling in love. Either way, the whole thing is about their love. Now, here's the common trope that happens is main character Kun has a childhood friend or an associate or a girl that he somehow is friends with. A lot of times it's childhood friends, or he's a popular handsome boy and she's a popular handsome girl, and therefore they're just sort of in the same social circle. Sometimes it's because they're the main character Kun always ends up being like some rich heir to something, and he's always like the prince of something, and so because of the situations of their upbringings, because they go in similar social circles, they end up being pushed together a lot. The main character Kun and Bitch San. That's what I'm gonna call her. So Bitch San and main character Kun are always pushed into the same circles. And as such, they are acquaintances and they know each other and they tend to call each other friends. Even though a lot of the times it feels more like it was because their parents pushed them together, because again, they were both kids in the same environment, so of course they had to hang out. Or maybe main character Kun is friends with some other guy and this is the little sister, or he's friends with some other guy and this was that guy's friend, or like something like that. They tend not to have like a close actual friendship, but more of the friendship you get when you are associating with someone on the daily, that at that point in time, even though they're kind of just somebody you call them friends because you just known them for such a long time that that's the easiest way for you to describe your history as you guys knowing each other. And so main character Kun always falls for main character Chan, and they always get together, and main character Kun and main character Chan always have like a ton of list of reasons why they're going to be pushed away from each other, why people are going to get in the way of this, but one of the biggest things that always hold them that is Bitch San. And Bitch San is the person that I have never understood. I don't understand this trope. I don't, like, where in the logic in your brain is this like making sense to you? Does it make sense to you? I don't know. So what the common thing is Bitch San is obsessed with main character Kun. They've grown up together or they've known each other. Anyway, she just falls in love with them like 2 seconds into their friendship. And she has been madly in love with him for years and years and years, half of the time. And because she's been madly in love with him, she wants him to return the affection. It's always very common that main character Kun always knows that she's in love, and she has, like, Bitch San has been telling him that she wants to marry him and has been introducing him to random people as her boyfriend, and like he's been turning her down for years. Like, this is always the thing. It's always a very open thing. It's always known that Bitch San likes main character Kun, even by main character Kun's standards. And main character Kun has always turned her down and been like, bitch, you in the friend zone. I don't like you like that. You my little sister. You my friend. We ain't together like that, and we ain't going to be. I don't see you in a romantic or sexual light at all. Please leave me alone. Can we just act like human beings? But of course, the girl is always obsessed and is just continually set that if she can convince him, then of course they'll be together. At which point, main character Chan comes in and then ruins and dashes her hopes and dreams, because now she's jealous because main character Kun is paying more attention to main character Chan than he is to Bitch San. Alright? So Bitch San always has this thing where she's like, you know what I'm gonna do? If he doesn't like accept me and want to love me, she either is going to blackmail him directly, she is going to try to murder this girl, murder main character Chan, or do some other horrendous act. It either goes from like, it can range from making passive aggressive comments to main character Chan, to plotting her death and having her being run over by a car. It can range from having someone trip main character Chan to having a group of guys kidnap main character Chan and beating her to death. Like, this is how these girls, their little minds work. So Bitch San is so obsessed with this guy that she has made a choice where she's like, I am going to get rid of the other girl somehow, and main character Kun is going to be mine. Even though main character Kun for the longest time has been like, I do not like you like that. Please leave me alone. Leave the other girl alone too, if he knows about Bitch San messing with main character Chan. And it's just like, it doesn't make sense to me, because it's like, it's not like he doesn't know that Bitch San is in love with him, and it's not like bitch San hasn't heard several times that main character Kun does not want to get together with her and never will. So it's like, you've been rejected like 50 times. You know that main character Kun does not want you at all. Yeah, you still want him, and you see main character Kun falling in love with someone, and like they end up falling in love with main character Chan, and they're having a happy relationship over here, and you over here, right? And why would you continually want to go after someone who would never return your affections? Ever. They are never going to love you. Even if you happen to succeed at first with your blackmail plans, if like you put someone else's on the line, you maybe put main character Chan's life on the line, whoever's life you have on the line, that you kind of blackmail main character Kun, and he has to go along with you with whatever plan for you guys to get together. Like, why would you want to be with that character? Even if you aren't found out, because I've watched some, like, say, the one show I was talking about earlier, last year, what's it called? Ooh, my mind just went fucking blank. I talked about it a lot. It was this high fantasy one. Ashes of Love. Even in that one, bitch San, had a whole plan that resulted in main character Chan betraying main character Kun, which is why they had broken up and they were no longer speaking. And like, eventually, like, things are gonna get found out and stuff, but it's like, the guy is so heartbroken over main character Chan, he isn't going to honestly return your affections, even if he isn't aware at first of you setting up this whole plot. He's not going to return your affections because he's still in love with the other girl, even though they're no longer together. And in other cases, when the guy does know and has to go along, he's still not going to love you because, like, he's still stuck up on this other. Like, the point is main character Kun is never going to love bitch San, and I can't understand why bitch San can't get that into her thick fucking skull, and why she would want to pursue a man who has told her over and over again, I do not like you, and has even through like the horrible breakup he had with main character Chan, has said again, I'm not gonna fall in love with you. I'm still kind of in love with main character Chan. Like, I'm only going along with this because you're forcing me, or because something happened with main character Chan that we're not together. Like, why is bitch San so obsessed with a man who don't love her? Like, how is that going to make you happy, girl? Like, watch out for yourself. And they always do like the most horrible, atrocious things to not only main character Chan and main character Kun, but just to other individuals in general for the sake of their love. Read obsession here. And I'm like, you're not only are you blackening your soul and darkening it every second that you go up with this, not only are you making it more and more horrid every second you do one or more of these vile acts, but this man don't even love you. He don't like you. He ain't never gonna, there's no hope here. Like, and there always tends to be, there's some poor dude who actually does like bitch San that she keeps ignoring, and she's like, I don't even like you like that. Why do you keep coming after me? I don't like you. I'm bitch San. I only like main character Kun. And I'm like, girl, do you not realize you like this same dude is you? Like, this, you're acting like the same dude that you think is so pathetic. And also, there is actually a person who would devote their life and soul to you. So why don't you just get together to with this person who would actually love and care about you, rather than try to go after the one guy in the whole world who is not interested in you in the least? I'm confused. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, I don't get it I can't understand it. So yeah, if someone can like, other than the fact that this just can make some entertaining drama, can make some entertaining, like, I don't know, it can make the show or manga or whatever a little bit more entertaining. Like, what kind of logic is going through this girl's head? Because I don't see how any of the actions here can possibly be making her happier, which I would assume is the whole goal. If you're doing all these things selfishly, is so that you can be happy at the end of it. Like, you ain't gonna be happy at the end of this. This doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, if you have any thoughts on this topic, like you've watched a lot of Asian dramas, or you've read mangas, or read even books, I don't know, I've never seen this trope as often in books. It's just specifically more in Asian media that I've seen this trope a lot. So yeah, so if you have any thoughts about this that you would help me understand, other than it being for pure entertainment value, I guess, so that you have a character who can initiate tension between the romantic relationships, so to make the show more interesting than just being like, hey, these two people fell in love. Like, if you give them obstacles, she is a great plot character to obtain most of those obstacles. That makes sense within the story. I don't really see like what? Why is her, like, a version of this character exists for males as well. They tend to only just be kind of obsessed and maybe very aggressive with their love, but and like that's troubling as well. But I feel like the females, when it's bitch san instead of bastard san, when it's bitch san trying to do this sort of stuff, she tends to be a whole lot more vicious and maniacal in it. Like, it's the guy, it's like, whenever it's the guy, it tends to be a lot more straightforward, and he's just trying to punch everyone, and main character kun, and like kidnap main character san or whatever. Like, it's a lot more direct. But when it is the female who is this character, when it's a bitch san, oh my gosh, the drama. She will get 20 other people involved that she's paying off. She will come up with like 15 intricate plans that all are enacting at different moments in time that fit together to get rid of this one girl and to get this one guy together with her. That it is insane to me. So if you like what you're seeing here and you want to continue to see more, click all those bunnies down below. And I'm sorry if my eyes just keep traveling everywhere in the course of this video. I made the mistake of using my front facing camera because I was too lazy to turn my camera around, and I'm having a really hard time not getting distracted by how gorgeous I look. So I'm like trying to look at the lens, but I keep just looking at myself because I'm very narcissistic and I like my facial expressions when I talk. I like how I look when I talk. I'm sorry. Okay? I like how I look when I talk. So that's such a narcissistic thing to say, but I do. I honestly do. So like, this was probably a horrible decision. So if like my eyes are doing like weird things throughout the video, it's cause I'm trying to not stare at myself while also seeing how great I look in periphery and wanting to just stare at myself, and then catching myself staring at myself, and then trying to refocus so that I'm actually talking directly to you guys rather than talking to myself, which like technically I am, right? Technically I am talking to myself, but like that is not the end intention of this. So I apologize for that. This was a horrible filming choice. But if you like what you're seeing here and you want to continue to see more, which I think I've already said, click all those bunnies. Otherwise, goodbye, internet. See, I had to catch myself again. God, this is hard.